back. I'm sorry. Fortnite just glitched out, and when I close the application, it just like ends my stream. So that kind of sucks. Anyways, so about my life, the first most important thing ever is probably when I got my new dog. His name is Chip, as I explained in the other video. So, when I was little, very little, well, not little, probably like 2 years ago, this is when I was young, so I still slept with my mother. Don't judge me. So, like, I had a nightmare, so I went to my mom's, and I slept there. So, she went to let the dog out, and the light was on, because, you know, I turned the light on, because I'm scared. Anyways, the hallway light was on and the living room light was on because she left, and she like went outside and turned on all the lights like while she was going out, and she let the dog out. I was just sitting there, and then next thing I know, she comes in. I hear, ah! I'm like, what the heck just happened? I go in, Mom is with Chippy and running and yelling, and I'm like, oh crap, like, is she trying to scare me? And then I realized she's yelling like, get to the car, get to the car. She dropped him, and his leg, every time you would move him, like, it was bad. It was just really bad. It was just, holy crap, it was bad. I don't know how bad, but it was bad. He was screaming every time, like almost one of his legs moved, and it was his right leg. And what happened is he fell on it. Like, he jumped out of my mom's arms when she was kneeling down to put him down. He was like really close to the ground, but he landed on it just right, or wrong, whatever you want to call it, to break it. He broke it so bad that we had to remove it, and that's when we had surgery on it. And if we fixed it, he would have been limp for the rest of his life. Like, he wouldn't really be able to use it properly. So that's the problem. So even if we fixed him, it would still be bad, and he wouldn't work properly. He wouldn't be our little loving dog that we have today. He would be like kind of paralyzed or something on his leg. I didn't want that. So me and my mom removed the leg, and well, before that he had the leg in a cast, because we didn't know when the surgery was. We were still deciding what we were gonna do, and we were still waiting for the appointment, even if we did. So we just waited for the appointment, and so what ended up happening is that it's like unbelievable, to be honest, is that it's just petrifying to me. It's almost like something that got nailed into my brain, but I just can't remember it so clearly. So I would have to feed him, I would have to give him water with a syringe. We would have to feed him like actual like meat, like kind of meat or something. I don't really know. I just forgot. We fed him rice and stuff, or whenever he didn't feel really good. We knew when he didn't feel really good was like when he like would lay down and like not get up, because he would always get up. Alright? This dog was like crazy. Even when he had a broken leg, he would run around, he would still play. And the doctor said that's a bad idea, but he did it anyways, and it was just petrifying to me. It is just amazing how my dog like survived all this stuff. Like, he survived all of this. Like, when I mean all, I mean like all of it. Like, he did everything. He continued. He acted like this was normal. He didn't, like, after we removed the leg, life was sort of good. Because he kind of learned how to walk. Because of the cast being on, he couldn't really walk properly. So, like, he hops a little. So, what ended up happening is we had a trained dog who fully understood how to do everything he could. Oh, well, and his leg just kept getting stronger and stronger, and it was just amazing to see the growth on him. Like, he can run really fast, faster than he probably ever would with that extra leg. Like, you should see him now. He's amazing. So that's like my first story, is my dog. It was a big tragic moment, and it was like kind of a triumph and tragedy. Like, tragedy is like when he broke his leg. Like, triumph is when he learned how to use it properly and could run so fast, and he was just like so strong and healthy, and he got through it. He didn't even think of his leg. Like, if humans lost a leg, like, you might be depressed. This dog is the happiest dog I've ever seen in my life. Like, you'd think if you lose a leg, you would just be like, what's the point of living anymore? Half your dreams are gone. But my dog, he's still believing. He's still kicking. That's why I love my dog, is because of the things that he's just so incredible. Chippy, you hear me talking about you? Yeah. Also, another thing that happened is he was born with this thing in his eye. You couldn't get it out, and what happened is that it wouldn't go back in, and we had to do surgery to get it out. So it ended up being to the fact where we had to remove it. We were dead. It was bad, but Chippy got us through our hard times. He made us happy. And that's the only thing that mattered, is Chippy was okay. So, like, we got through it. Everything was alright. Everything went okay. Like, we're ready for the next thing in life. We're alright again. We're fresh it's like fresh. Like, we have a fresh start to the world now that Chippy's better. There's no more problems. There's not that much problems anymore. It's alright. It's okay for a little bit. So that was kind of Chippy portion. But I also wanted to talk about my baby cousin. So shortly after we got our dog, my uncle married someone new, and they had a baby. And this baby I love, but I hate him sometimes because, like, he always says no to my mom. Like, he doesn't like following rules. But it's kind of cute in a certain way. I know people might be yelling at me, that's crazy, why do you think it's cute? Well, it's because he's a baby, and my uncle, like, kind of treated him like he was, like, a little older than he was. He wasn't that, he was always like, this is my son, I'm so proud of him, he is amazing. Yeah, my uncle was one of those guys. Whenever he would brag to his coworkers about me sometimes, and it would just give me this warm, fuzzy feeling that he was always there for me. And I'm glad he's there for Ezekiel, too. I bet you he's proud of his son for kind of being the grown-up dude. Probably the most grown-up guy in freaking daycare. And I love that because like he like legit loves my uncle may have been a jerk a couple times. Maybe he's changed a little over time, but that does not mean he is not a good person. Oh, but he is a generally good person, and I just love him. And a year after, recently, we have another baby, and his name is Zara. Her name. She's so cute too, and I just love both of them. I love all three of them. I love all four of them. I just love my family. Like, me telling all my stories makes me feel like I need to spend more time with them. I might actually just stop the stream now and go be with them right now. But I can't leave my other family hanging up. But I know, like, you guys, I'm not really your family. I'm really popular on YouTube. But I know at least someone is here watching. But here's the thing. It's time to stop talking about family and more about more of my life. My life, I'm just a simple human being, you know. An average Joe. Wondering why things are in the world sometimes. Wondering what's actually going on. But to be honest, I feel like the world is kind of a place to be trapped. Without money, you don't get food. Without a job, you don't get money. And without school, you don't get a job. You're forced into a life. Some people can reshape their life, but sometimes it doesn't go well. It's just not right. Or at least that's how I feel. Think about it. All of your life you've been in an education so you can get a good job, so you can get money, so you can get food and a house and shelter. But have you ever thought you might be stuck in a life where you don't want to do something? Because that's gonna happen. My mom is stuck doing something that she doesn't want to do, but she gets good pay. But she does it for me. Listen, I'm grateful for what she's doing, but I don't really want her doing that because she doesn't really like her job necessarily. She likes it because she gets good pay, but not really. Sometimes she just needs a mental break from it all. Sometimes she can get one, sometimes she can't. I feel bad for her sometimes. But when she can't get a mental break, I kind of feel bad for her. Because she's my mom and she does everything for me. But we are all trapped in the same world. Like it or not, this world is just economic. If it's good economic, that means you'll have people wanting to live in the country. So many people want to live in this country. You have no idea how many people are actually physically trapped in their home. In Korea, so many people, I'm not even joking, have to live in Korea. Sometimes I just feel like Fortnite isn't the game for me, but I still play it anyways because people like this game. It's like I'm forced in. It's like peer pressure. Everything is. From the food to our water, to the money, to the school, everything I do is based on what everyone thinks. like today I didn't want to be my friend's friend because I thought it was a stupid reason, but it was because he couldn't handle himself around other people, and he had to switch spots with me where I didn't feel comfortable sitting, and switch spots with my partner for eating so I can communicate with her. I was really upset with that because we had no opinion on where we were switching. They just switched us and there was nothing we could do. And I was really frustrated because Andrew couldn't handle himself, and because he couldn't not comment on what everyone says and not get hated on it. I hated it, but I didn't want to tell him that because I thought it was pretty stupid. But he thinks it's like I roasted him because everyone kept calling him SpongeBob, and I said, if I can't be your friend because they call you SpongeBob, if I was your friend I'd be Patrick, and he said that was the dumb reason, even though it's not. I just tried to cover it up, but instead I got a worse result. But still, it's my life. Every day is harder and harder once I think about it. When I think about it emotionally, I should be with my family, but sometimes I just don't because peer pressure drags me into video games, because that's what everyone else is doing, and that's what I think is cool. I don't want to be one of those guys who just aren't cool and are called and made fun of. But when I do things other people want me to do, I kind of get bullied anyways. That's why I'm kind of stressed out all the time. I feel like I'm doing something wrong, but I feel like I'm doing something right. And then I ended up doing something silly, and it completely backfires on me. And it's humiliating. I know I'm kind of camping right now, but I have to. Sometimes I just feel like life is so depressing, and I feel like everyone should be able to live freely, but they can't. Because everyone thinks something, and somebody thinks something else, and people just get mad about it sometimes. Opinions are the only thing that keeps life going. And lying and suggesting. That's what's always bothering people. Is why they're doing that. Why would they do that? That's stupid. That's horrible. That's a dumb idea. That's what always keeps people going off and on at each other. Or at least that's what gets me going. It just makes me feel trapped. And the more I talk about it, the more I think, why am I in this world? If I'm just gonna be humiliated. Of course I'm not thinking suicide, because, well, that's just stupid. I'm just thinking. But to be honest, why? It's just the way humans incorporate things is just how it's influencing. Like that guy over there camping over there, waiting for me to try and pull the sword. He's trying to influence me to go away. If I go away, he's gonna go grab the sword. All odds are in his favor. And if I sit still on this building for 1 second, he's probably gonna snipe me. See how it influences me? So many things influence people, but we don't seem to notice. And sometimes that ends up backfiring on us. I notice it all the time, that's why I hate it. And sometimes I wish people wouldn't make fun of me, but they do. Like how I just died right there. If someone was watching me, they would have just laughed at my face. See how things work? Influences just change everything. And that's how it affects my life, and that's why I'm talking about it. But also, in my life, I've also have a lot of other things going on. Like, I have a ton of missing assignments, and I just got them in. That's why I get to play right now. But I just feel like something's always missing. Something I need. Just doesn't seem right. And sometimes I just feel like things are always just have to be different. It's like a chain reaction. Someone makes fun of someone else, everyone joins in. Or else they think they're gonna be pardoned out. I just hate that feeling. That you always have to laugh, pretend all that stuff. But sometimes it is funny. I just feel like the world depends on peer pressure and lying, and it just depends on it all. Like how almost all these guys are noobs. That might be peer pressure. Some people might actually be being noobs because they think all the pro players do it. Everything influences someone. Everything makes a difference. Everyone makes a difference. It doesn't even matter. Sometimes I just feel like people should stop. I don't understand almost why. Anyways, let's stop talking about the economic things. That's starting to get boring. But also going on in my life is that there's a ton of people I just really, like, I don't know where to start almost. My life has just been so big and I don't know where to think or when to think about. All I know is that my life can be horrible sometimes. Like, I'm always learning about things in school, and I just love it. But sometimes I just feel like teachers go way too far. Like one time, my friend, when Andrew was my friend, he was talking to me, and I looked at him for 1 second, and the teacher yelled at me to get out of the classroom. I know, but she was in breakdown mode. Everyone started talking during the circle, and it just outbreaked. She was being stressed and stretched out between what she could do. She was very stressed out, very, like, when I mean very, I mean very. She almost didn't know what to do anymore, to the point where she would have to call the office just to put someone in the buddy room. If you don't know what the buddy room is where they send them to get away from the environment or where they're causing trouble. And every time you get sent to the buddy room, you get a phone call home. Some people do not like the buddy room, and that's when she has to call the office to take them down. Like, not like take them down, like wrestle them to the floor. I mean, take them down to the buddy room. If you're just wondering what it meant. So many people, so many people get in trouble by class. Me, I've never gotten a buddy room, and I'm planning on keeping that way. But if someone gets me in trouble, that's when I hate it. When people almost try and get me in trouble on purpose. That happens to me a lot when I was in kindergarten. A lot of people try to make each other get in trouble. They thought it was funny. I loved elementary school way more than middle school. That's for sure. But I know next year everything is gonna be better. I'm gonna have better teachers and know how to handle situations better. But these ones aren't used to it. Imagine you're in a classroom and everyone's just talking and talking. You're trying to teach a class and only one kid is listening. That's how would you feel? It would feel very depressing that no one was interested in what you were saying or what you were doing. That's what my teachers do all the time. But ever so often, they can get some times to chillax. Every few often when they do get to chillax, it's not for a long time. Maybe between passing time or maybe between the hours, but it's not a long time. I know how teachers feel sometimes. Sometimes when I'm talking, the class interrupts me all the time, and I hate it. It's not a good feeling. And I know what that feeling is. But all the time, I feel like they could handle the situation a little better. I'm not saying I could do better, but I probably couldn't. People in our class are very annoying. And I'm really sad for the teachers who have to deal with it. I know how it feels to be verbally attacked, but sometimes I just feel like I feel bad for everyone else in the class. Sometimes people just verbally attack them for no reason. Sometimes I know why, sometimes I don't. But whenever I see them do it, I don't think it's right. But that doesn't mean people are not gonna do it. Sometimes I feel like people just do things because. Just because. Like, I know people bully, it's just because sometimes they just feel stressed out and everyone just jumps on them. So they go to bullying instead. Because that's a way to take the stress off and anger off on other people. I'm not blaming them. Sometimes I just have a bad day and I just want to frickin' tell someone off. But I don't, because sometimes I don't do it. Today I sure did on Andrew, because he stepped on my foot on purpose and started doing a lot of tricky things. So I basically embarrassed him in front of the whole class. That wasn't the worst of it. He did a lot of bad things. And I feel like, the more I think about it, the more I feel like he deserved it. But sometimes, somewhere in my heart, I feel like I was a jerk. And I feel like I could have handled it a different way. But still, I just feel like some people just do things just because. And I know this is going to be probably a boring video for people, but I've been camping out on this mountain for a while. Haven't really done anything. Haven't really got any kills during any of these games. And I've been biting the dust on every single game. And now I'm getting chased by the storm. I just feel like things aren't just gonna go right for me ever. But sometimes when they don't, they do. tomorrow's an early release, and I'm happy about it because then I can go back home and chillax with my mom and hang out because she's working from home tomorrow. And I can finally have that peace I wanted with my mom. Sometimes we're just stressed out about cleaning, doing house chores, getting my homework done. Sometimes it's just a little much on my mom too. So every once in a while it happens that we hang out for a little. Chill out, relax. That's probably what I'm doing right now, even though the circle's so far away and I'm about to die. Anyways, but it doesn't matter. I just feel sometimes that it's just better just not argue with people or go back at them and snap. It's just better. Anyways, I don't know what's gone into me. Ever since I started talking, it's just gotten me into an emotional mood. I think I'm gonna stop the broadcast for you guys today. See you later.